Hardened mercenaries joining in the war on Ukraine. The British Defence Ministry says more than 1,000 fighters from Russian private military contractor the Wagner Group are being deployed to the country, notably around the northeastern city of Kharkiv and in the eastern Donbass region. The report comes after Moscow announced a strategic shift in its now month-long invasion, ostensibly abandoning its goal of conquering all of Ukraine to focus on control of the Donbass. That would be a familiar setting for the Wagner Group. The firm first rose to prominence in 2014, fighting alongside pro-Russian separatists in the Donbass as they launched a Moscow-backed war of secession from Kiev.
Никто ничего не тушит. Нормально все.
All Russian forces that had occupied the Chernobyl nuclear power station have pulled back from the plant. That's according to Ukraine's state nuclear company, Energoatom, which on Thursday suggested that concerns over radiation had driven the Russians away. The explosion of one of Chernobyl's nuclear reactors in 1986 was the worst nuclear accident in history, contaminating swaths of the surrounding area with deadly radiation. Energoatom also said on Thursday that it had confirmed information that Russian troops had dug fortifications, including trenches, in the so-called Red Forest, the most radioactively contaminated part of the zone around Chernobyl. In a statement, the power company said, quote, almost a riot began to brew among the soldiers due to fears of radiation.
Was it a tragic accident or an attack by a militia group? The circumstances that led to the crash of a UN helicopter in the east of DR Congo on Tuesday are still unclear. Initial investigations revealed that a bright object caused the crash, and the UN has yet to rule out that the helicopter was brought down. 8 soldiers working for the UN mission MONUSCO perished in the crash.
We confirm the death of 8 soldiers who were on board the helicopter which disappeared and crashed yesterday. The bodies were found and brought back to Goma. We offer our condolences to the government and the families of the 6 peacekeepers from Pakistan, 2 from Russia and Serbia.
In a rare accident, 2 trainer aircraft of South Korea's Air Force collided in mid-air on Friday. 3 pilots were killed and another injured as per media reports, even as an official confirmation was awaited. The South Korean Air Force said in a statement, the crash took place near the KT-1 aircraft's base in the southeastern city of Sacheon at about 1:35 p.m. local time. More than 30 firefighters and rescuers are at work at the crash site to recover any survivors. 3 helicopters, 20 vehicles and dozens of emergency workers were dispatched to the scene immediately. The Yonhap news agency cited fire officials who said 3 pilots were killed and another seriously injured.
Australian journalist Cheng Lei has gone on trial in this court in Beijing. She's charged with illegally supplying state secrets overseas. Australian officials tried to get access to the court on Thursday morning, but were denied on grounds of national security. Chung worked as a television presenter for state broadcaster CGTN before being detained in August 2020. She was formally arrested a year ago. The Australian government says it has no information regarding the allegations made against her and has expressed concern for her welfare in detention.
South Africa's judiciary has rejected former President Jacob Zuma's appeals to further delay his corruption trial due to resume in April, the National Prosecuting Authority said Thursday.
Mr. Zuma's case, insofar as his...
The 79-year-old former head of state is accused of taking bribes from a French weapons maker in a case that is more than 20 years old. He's charged with 16 counts of fraud, corruption and racketeering.
Speculative.
Zuma's corruption trial began last year in May after numerous postponements and delays due to a number of appeals.
The Constitutional Court in Seoul, South Korea, upheld a ban on tattooing on Thursday, leading tattoo artists to deride the decision, calling it backward and lacking cultural understanding. South Korea is the sole developed country that only allows medical professionals to legally perform the procedure. But despite the decades-old ban, the country has nearly 50,000 tattoo artists who risk potential police raids and prosecution for practicing their trade. Violating the ban is punishable by fines of up to 50 million won, that's over $40,000, and prison terms, usually of 2 years, though the law provides for as much as life. Tattooist associations have initiated a series of court actions since 2017, challenging the law.